So, Jen and I accidentally bought a Jeep. Yeah, I said accidentally. Well, it's Sunday night, and Jen and I just drove an hour west into Indiana to around the LaGrange area. A guy was selling a Jeep. Said that the frame was solid, pictures looked good, so we drove over there. We weren't actually looking for ourselves, we were looking for a family member who's looking to get into their first Jeep. When I got there, I climbed underneath. It had some carb issues. He's replaced the engine a few years back, but when he did, I guess the shop never got the carburetor quite right, and he was just a young kid, so he never messed with it and ended up kind of parking it, driving it just a little bit here and there. So it only has a few hundred miles since the engine swap. That's the story. He seemed like a fairly believable guy, so I'm going with that. But when I climbed underneath it, the frame was pretty well gone. Someone's patched it, and they've done enough of a patch that I'm comfortable driving it on the road. Not something I'd want to wheel with until it's fixed up. So that'll be a bit of a project. That all said, the family member we're looking for, they're not interested in that big of a project. But Jen and I talked it over. We've been wanting to get back into a CJ7 for a long time. This is a 1980 CJ7 with a 258 inline six, the predecessor to the 4.0 that's in my TJ. And it's got an automatic transmission, the TF999. I believe that's a 4-speed, if I remember correctly. So I test drove it a little bit, talked it over with Jen. We set a price that we'd be comfortable buying it at. He had, once he saw the rust, he was like, you know what, just shoot me an offer. I didn't realize it was that much of a project. So we shot an offer. It seemed acceptable to him. It was acceptable to us. And we started driving her home. We are about 40 minutes from where we purchased it, about 20 minutes from home. And like I said, it had some carburetor issues that it's going to need a little bit of work. And she puttered out on me. So I'm not sure right now if I ran out of gas. I tried to stop at a gas station and fill it up. Only got like 0.7 of a gallon in. So I think it's full. But I don't know. Maybe it was just something with the filler neck going on. Now, it may have run out of gas. It may be something with the carb. It could be a plethora of things right now. I'm sitting on the side of the road. Jen ended up sitting with me, warming me back up for a little bit, because this is a soft top with soft doors. I mean, I can do that and stick my finger outside, and it's like 30 degrees or less outside right now, and an hour driving in the cold. It got a little chilly. So I wound up with her for a few minutes, and then she ended up driving home to take the boy home to go to sleep. And we, on the other hand, split ways there. So I'm sitting in the Jeep waiting for Buddy. You've met him in some of our videos in the past. Greg is coming with a trailer. We're going to winch the Jeep up on the trailer and drag her home. So, very much appreciate, good friends, very much appreciate Greg. I'll try and get some video when it's not dark out. Try and get some good video of the Jeep. She's a red 1980 Jeep. She's not rust-free, but it's a 42-year-old Jeep. Eventually, maybe this will be our boy's first Jeep. Regardless, it's going to be a project. It's going to be a long project. It's going to be a fun project. My first Jeep was actually a 1978 Jeep CJ7, just like this one, except that had the 304 V8 and the 3-speed manual transmission. It was lifted a little more, had much larger tires on it. This one's got good tires. It's got a good soft top. There's a lot to this that made this a worthwhile deal, especially in this market for Jeeps. But that first Jeep was actually my first vehicle as well, so it's kind of a what's the word? So it's kind of reminiscent. So it's kind of a throwback to days of old. And that Jeep was a huge project too. If only I had known at the time what I know now, I'd have kept the thing. I'd have made a few very, very simple fixes that would have made that a much, much better vehicle than it was. It was a great Jeep. It was not a good 16-year-old kid's first vehicle with no one to show them the ropes of Jeeps. So on that note, that's where I'm going with this. I see it on the Jeep pages all the time and on the forums. People ask questions and they get ridiculed for, oh, didn't you go look it up yourself? Didn't you go try and figure this out for yourself? Well, yeah, they did. That's why they're on here asking questions. If only when I was 16 I'd have had someone in the Jeep community that I could reach out to. Internet was a different thing back then. But if there was someone I could have reached out to that I'd have even known where to reach out, to get someone to show me the ropes, to answer some questions, to walk me through like, oh man, that's not even a big deal at all. Let's do this. It's part of why I do these videos. I'm not a great mechanic. I'm not the guy that's going to show you how to do something perfect or the official way. I'm just a guy who likes to wrench. I'm a guy who's had some experiences, learned some stuff the hard way. And so I guess that's where I'm going at. If you're a Jeeper that's been in this for a while and someone new, especially a young kid, but anyone new, is asking questions, man, help them out. That's our community, right? Okay, hopefully I'll be able to get you guys some video to clip in here to show you what we just bought. And on that, I'll close out with those video shots. So, thanks for watching. The Lord bless you and keep you. Greg will be here soon. Well, here she is. 1980 Jeep CJ7 with JK front bumper. So that'll probably come off, get either given to a buddy or sold. But it has the 258 4.2 liter inline 6 TF 999 automatic transmission. Best top as you can see, soft top, doors, rugged ridge, 4-point harness seats. Does not have the 4-point harness, but we're probably going to do at least a 3-point inner. The front springs, as you can see, it sits awfully low. It's actually worse on the other side. Let me get it on the other side. The front springs have given up the ghost, which that's not a big deal. You can see the difference here pretty well. And there. So the front springs are going to need to be replaced. That's not a big deal. Probably just do all four. But when we get underneath, we start to see some major frame rot. Someone has patched with some J-channel, basically some angle iron, has done a very homemade patch. So undecided yet as to whether we will do a full frame replacement or just fix the patchwork. That will come in time. For now, welcome a new Jeep to the family. We haven't decided on color yet. It does not look like red was maybe the original color. We've seen some spots where there was clearly some rattle can work. So maybe someone did some touch up, or maybe it wasn't originally red and they painted the whole thing. So it's probably not going to remain red. We'll decide that in time. In the meantime, guys, she doesn't have a name. That'll probably come when we decide on a color. But welcome the new CJ7 to the family. Whoops. Oh yeah, and a little update from last night. This afternoon I came out, looked around, the carb looks okay. I haven't pulled spark plugs to see if they're gummed up or anything, but tapped on the gas tank and it sounded extremely empty. So I did get out my gas cans. I only had a couple gallons, and poured some in. Tried to stir it up, but I tried enough last night that the battery didn't last very long today. So I've got the charger on it now. We'll see if we can get it from there. I want to get it inside. We were able to push it around this far from the front, but here there's a hill, and I was not able to get over the hill on my own to get up another hill and over a ledge into the garage. So guys, thanks for watching. Lord bless you and keep you.